Hey students, it's week 2 and we're going to talk about our game plan for this week in our first video in our week 2 folder. So week 2 marks a special point in our semester because that means that the drop and add and change schedule period, that kind of thing that happens during the first week of class, it's all over. And so that means that everybody who's on my roster now, hello, how are you? You will stay there. You won't be switching out and coming in and changing schedules or anything else, or new registrations, that kind of thing. So all of your classmates are settled and you are a solid group in this class. And so I am going to just give you kind of a game plan that all of you should get in the habit of doing for our class between now and the end of the semester. Every week there will be a weekly folder that provides you with material that covers our content and topics for that particular week. The assignment will usually be to read a portion of a chapter or an entire chapter in our textbook and to watch a few lecture videos that I have posted for you. Normally, I make the lecture videos. Sometimes I have curated videos that are appropriate for the content, and I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So, so I give you sometimes curated videos that go along with what we are focused on. But most of the time it's me, and the goal for you is to take notes just like you were in a face-to-face class. As a matter of fact, if you are a face-to-face student and you have to miss, I will direct you to the videos in our weekly folder and instruct you to take notes on those to make up for what you missed when you had to be out. We all have to be out, so that's no big deal. That's what the videos are for. But if you're an online student, that is the way, the only way you get notes for this class is to watch the lectures and take notes. And I want to emphasize how important it is for you to take thorough notes and take them in order that I present the videos, because not only do you use your notes to summarize in paragraph format as a reaction paper, which is, you know, one of the weekly assignments. You can go back to the course logistics folder and watch the reaction paper video to refresh your memory what that is, or maybe if you're a brand new registree, is that a word, or a brand new person in class with me, you haven't watched that video yet. But the reaction paper is one of our weekly 10-point opportunities. And in order to do those well, you have to take notes on the video lectures, read the reading assignment, and then respond to it. That's what a reaction paper is. You are responding to, summarizing, responding to, asking questions about the content for that particular week. And it's always going to be due on Sunday night, the very last moment of the week. You can turn it in anytime between Monday and Sunday. So if you know you're going to be gone during the weekend or something, turn it in on Tuesday morning at 9:59 a.m. It doesn't matter to me when you turn it in. But you have from Monday until Sunday night at midnight every single week to turn in that homework. It's 10 points each. We have 17 opportunities. You need to choose 10 opportunities minimum and do the requirements, follow the requirements so that you can earn 10 out of 10 on 10 papers. Please get started with that this week. All of you, please get started with that this week because a lot of you, most of you skipped the first week like everybody does. No big deal. So we have 16 more opportunities, and I really want all of you to get your 10 opportunities before the end of the semester. So please don't dilly-dally and get those done. So you take really good notes on the videos and then summarize the notes in paragraph format, 300 words, follow the requirements in the course logistics folder, and you'll be good to go. And every single week in the weekly folder, there's also a link for a quiz. We're in week 2, so the quiz this week is called week 2 quiz. I think it's quiz 3, week 2 quiz, in the week 2 folder. And so after you do your reaction paper, or after you review your notes or have your notes in front of you, open the quiz up and take the quiz. Open book and everything. So it's always a 10-point quiz. We have 17 opportunities. Since we're in week 2, we're already on quiz 3 of 17. And so please don't skip the quizzes. Take as many quizzes as you possibly can. But I'm only going to count the 10 high scores for those quizzes. So you don't have to worry if you skip one or if you forget one or for whatever reason your cat hits enter on the computer and submits it before you're ready. You don't have to worry because I'm going to drop 7 low scores. That's a lot. I'm going to drop 7 of the 17 quiz scores that we have. So sometimes your low scores might be 8s, sometimes your low scores might be 0s, or anything in between, but I'm going to drop 7 scores of the 17 quizzes. So if you've missed a quiz already, some of you might have missed a quiz already. If you did, don't fret, and no, you can't go back and make it up. It's just going to be one of the ones that is going to be dropped, and that's how it'll work every single week. But a very important function of the notes that you're going to take in the class are the projects that we have. I've just recently been told that the word project is a little bit triggering. I thought it was like kinder, gentler than the word test, but you can think of the projects as unit assignments. At the end of a unit, usually every 3 or 4 chapters or so, you're going to have an activity to do, an assignment to do. I call them projects, but it's an assignment to do where you refer to your notes and your reading assignment, and those are the only 2 things that you refer to. And you analyze something or you produce something, you make a judgment call, you make a decision about how to address something from a theoretical perspective, that kind of thing. And you do this by referring to your notes and your textbook and analyzing a video or an article that I've asked you to read and responding to some questions. And so I'm going to be opening project 1 next week sometime in the middle of week 3. Project 1 is going to require very good and thorough notes from weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to open it in the middle of week 3, but you will not have all the notes that are necessary to do well on it until the end of week 4. And so it'll be due sometime during week 5. And so that's what I need to emphasize with you is that this video that you're watching now is the only video in the week 2 folder that you really don't have to take notes on. I just wanted to talk to you about the importance of your notes for all the other content videos in every weekly folder, because the projects will always be a process of applying what you've learned through the video lectures and the reading assignment to something and analyzing something and producing something and formulating an educated opinion, not an opinion, but an educated assessment of something, so that you can earn points for your academic growth in class together this year. So please take very, very good and thorough notes. If you need a note taker and don't have one yet, please text me and let me know that that I haven't paired you with somebody yet. I'm sorry that some people might not be paired yet. If you need some help with notes without some kind of accommodation that goes along with it, please go to the extra credit discussion board and put out a note there. Tell your classmates, hey, would any of y'all be willing to share your notes with each other, you know, just to make sure that you can double check what did they think was important from the lecture, what did you think was important from the lecture, and all that kind of stuff. So take very good and thorough notes. In the videos where I have a whiteboard behind me, and I've written down usually the bare bones, like a skeletal outline of what you need in your notes. And what you should do with the videos is when I'm going over each of those points that I might have on the blackboard behind me or the whiteboard behind me, pause the video, write down some of the discussion, some of the content that I'm explaining to you, write down explanations, write down examples. I don't have those written on the board behind me, but I say them to you in the video, and it's really important for you to be able to recall what those examples are when you go back through and look at your notes. It's going to be really important for you to recall what those examples are when you're summarizing your notes for a reaction paper or when you're answering quiz questions. But absolutely it is necessary to remember what those examples are when you're doing your projects, because those are 100 points each. That's the big points that you're getting in class, is the projects. And so this is week 2, and you should have already in your notes, it is my expectation, I assume, that you already have in your notes the 3 or 4, I think it was 4 short video lectures from week 1. already in your notes. That's foundational material that you need to know in order to be able to, you know, have week 2 make sense to you. And then you need week 1 and 2 in your notes before week 3 is going to make sense to you, and so on and so forth. So please make sure that you give yourself enough quiet time. Don't just listen to the videos while you're driving and you can't take notes. You certainly can do that, but you're going to have to go back and watch them over again and take notes, because those are the sources, the notes in the textbook. Those are the sources that you're allowed to use on the project. You're not allowed to use internet sources. You're not allowed to use library research. You're not allowed to use books from other classes. You must use only the notes from our lectures and the textbook material to analyze and produce the answers to the questions that I'm going to pose to you on each of the projects that we have. We have 4. And like I said, the first one I'm going to open up to you. It's going to be available for you to look at and plan and analyze what do you need in your notes in order to answer these questions well. And so you'll have that next week, and it won't be due for like 10 days, 14 days after that, but it's going to take some time for you to complete the projects correctly and thoroughly and at the college level that you are definitely capable of. That's why we are here together, because you are capable of this college level work, and you need to push yourself a little bit. The projects are going to be a little bit challenging so that you take the information that we get in our lectures and in the textbook, and you apply it to real life situations, current events, movies, topics of that nature, and produce a result. Okay, so this is our kind of like pep talk and game plan video for this this week, and you've got some lectures to watch. Make sure you get your notepad ready to take notes and organize them well so that you always have them to refer to, because that's where you're going to get your points on reaction papers, quizzes, and projects. And I hope that you will have a wonderful week and text me with questions, and I will see you again in the next one.